This is Halloween, and if you love haunted history and cemeteries as much as I do, you may want to subscribe because I'm going to be taking you somewhere new every week. In today's video, we'll be visiting the Sunset Memory Gardens in Thonotosassa. We'll also be visiting the Showmen's Museum. This entire month, I'm going to center it around Carnival, creepy history, the fair, and freak show circus performers and things like that. If you like that kind of stuff, make sure you're subscribed. You won't want to miss it. Enjoy. We're here at Sunset Memorial Gardens in Thonotosassa, established in 1928. Let's go in and see what we can see. It is a gorgeous day here in Thonotosassa. The weather's perfect. It's like 75 degrees. It's breezy. It's cool. It's not hot. There's not a lot of shade in this cemetery, so I'm grateful today for the weather. My husband has just gone into the office here at the front of the cemetery to see if he can get a directory so we can look for the headstone of Grady Stiles Sr., who was the original Lobster Boy. And he has a dark, dark past. He was not a great guy, I'll say that. There's a large niche over there. I'll definitely be checking that out. We are actually in a showman's area of the cemetery, it seems, because there's this niche here that has a showman's prayer. Oh my God, I believe in you. I trust in you. I thank you for all of my blessings. I love you and ask forgiveness for all of my sins. Guide and protect me and all of those dear to me. Make me mindful of my privilege as a showman to bring joy and happiness to all people, especially the poor, the lonely, the less fortunate. And when my last act on earth is completed and the final curtain falls, take me to yourself to be happy with you forever. Amen. Wow, that's so awesome. There's a niche here, a nice monument of Jesus on top. And we are in the back of the cemetery here where Grady Stiles is. You're gonna see an archway to a walkway, and he's right over here on the left-hand side, or on the right if you're walking in. Now, like I said, he was not a kind man. Now, these are actually Grady, the Lobster Boy's parents. But right next to it here, the freak show performer. I did voiceover on this part because it's so windy that you could hardly hear anything that I was saying. So, Grady Franklin Stiles Sr. had a condition called ectrodactyly, which the condition actually dated back in his family all the way from 1840. So there was a long history of ectrodactyly in the family. Because of this, Grady Sr. became a sideshow performer in the traveling carnival. Performing under the name Lobster Boy, he had a successful career with the carnival. He even married and had 4 children. Of the 4 children, 2 of his children inherited ectrodactyly from him. Now, Grady Franklin Stiles was an excessive alcoholic and was very abusive towards his family. Being that he was unable to use his legs, it gave him almost superhuman strength in his upper body because he was forced to get around by using his upper bodies. He was very strong, and when he would get drunk, he would abuse his family. And this went on for a number of years. His daughter even was engaged to be married, and Grady Stiles didn't want her marrying for whatever reason. He got very controlling over her and ended up shooting and killing this young man on the eve of their wedding. So he did stand trial for the murder and was found guilty. However, the prison systems did not have the adequate resources to care for Grady Stiles and his condition. So he was only sentenced to 15 years probation. And then later on down the line, his wife and stepson plotted to have him killed. He had gotten so aggressive and so abusive, and so they actually paid a sideshow performer named Chris Wyatt $1,500 to kill him. Because of this, Chris Wyatt served 27 years in prison, and the wife got 45 years for plotting to kill Grady. It was a tumultuous life, and in the end, he ended up getting murdered himself. So this is him. This is his plot where he's laid to rest at the Thonotosassa Sunset Memory Gardens. This is interesting. Here There's some, it's a plot, the Chaudry plot. They're very small. The burial vaults look very short and very small. Pretty though. I'm just over here right now, right next to the Showman's area. I believe this is an Asian section of the cemetery, or at least where there are a lot of Asians buried. You can see there's incense here. It smells of nagchampa or some kind of incense in the air. People leave offerings for their loved ones here, so I don't think they're too strict on the flower policy here. I mean, they are a little bit, but not so much. Not like we've seen in some other places. These are really cool though. Really cool memorials here in the back of the cemetery. So if you want to come in and see that, you'll have to drive all the way to the back of the cemetery and come see it for yourself. It's pretty cool. Very nicely kept, this cemetery. It's quite beautiful. It's very big, so make sure you're wearing comfortable shoes when you come here. I took a still of this one. This is really gorgeous. I like the moon and star up at the top. Someone's over there jamming some Whitney Houston right now. Just on the other side of the fence over there. My husband's out taking a picture for me. I'm not able to kind of run around the cemetery like I normally do because my knee is still injured, and I was feeling pretty spry when we first arrived here. That kind of was a fleeting feeling. I don't really feel that great anymore, and my leg is dragging. So I have a ghost tour tonight with 11 people booked, so I don't know how I'm gonna run around Ybor, but I'm sure gonna give it my best. So yeah, that's a little bit about what's going on right now. I can't run around here like I normally do, and I apologize for that. Hopefully the video won't suck because of it. On the property. I'm not going to be able to look at all of them, but this one here right in the front of the cemetery is really beautiful, so I'm going to go in and check that one out. It's really beautiful in here. I got in through a side door, so if you're here visiting the cemetery and the front door is not open, there are two side entrances as well that you can come in that way. Look how pretty this is. Not gonna lie, it smells like a dead animal in here. I don't know. Maybe there's one in the air vents, but that's not a pleasant smell. I don't know why it smells like that. It's possible, you know, something died in the air vents, and I smell a hint of animal in here. But look how beautiful. I love this idea. I love this so much. So if you can't display the cremains of your loved one at home for whatever reason, you can purchase one of these little compartments and these beautiful display cases and do a memorial that way. I just love this idea. I think this is so cool. I've only seen it so far twice, but I'm sure this is going to be sweeping the nation pretty soon. Oh, somebody loved Disney. This is so great. Isn't this cool? You can just put any little knickknacks in there. I have this for my mom at my house because I have a display case at home, and I did something like this for my mom and put her and some of her dad's ashes side by side in there and kind of surrounded it with her Bible, you know, pictures and all of that. But this is the same idea. But if, you know, like I said, if you don't have that option at home, and I don't know how much these things cost, but I guarantee you it's less than one of those. Just wanted to show you that. Pretty cool. The front door's locked, but maybe I can go out, but just can't come in. Yeah, cool. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty hungry. Let's go get a bite to eat. We're here at Big John's Alabama Barbecue. Gonna get a bite to eat. Showman's Museum in Gibsonton. Look at all of these trailers. They hauled the animals in. Ringling Brothers, Royal American. That's awesome. This is gonna be cool. Oh. These historic show wagons are covered thanks to Sherry Boland's generous donation in November of 2019. So I guess she donated to the museum and it paid for all of these shelters for the trailers. That's cool. There it is. Showman's Museum. You would never know this place was so cool to look at it from the outside. But this is so great. There's 2 floors of just carnival history. And it's so cheap to get in. $10 a person. It's worth it. Definitely. Got a little puppet show going on over here. How cool.
Going up the river in the afternoon. I'm going up the river in the afternoon. Going up the river in the afternoon.
How cute are these puppets? They remind me of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood puppets.
Oh no!
Cool. Cool. The Paris Review. Ooh, Gypsy Rose Lee. If you're a big fan of burlesque, Gypsy Rose Lee was one of the originals of burlesque, and they did a lot of burlesque in vaudeville. There's a lot of pictures here. Awesome.
She knows what to do with them. Show 'em, Misty.
Everything carnival in this place. And I've been here in Florida all my life, 41 years, never knew it existed. So cool. Yeah, I'll have one of those ice cream bars. Fiddlesticks ice cream. Some of you who are older out there may remember that. Of course, you got the popcorn, all the classics, candy apples, lemonade, all kinds of information on the walls, little videos you can stop and watch, and so much memorabilia. The Ferris wheel, invented by George Ferris in the 1800s, was a huge draw for the fair. It's a big building to have a Ferris wheel inside of it. Oh wow. Check out this old merry-go-round. The horses are just small, look. This one's for the kiddos, cute. Here's where Mom and Dad would sit. All kinds of carnival rides in here. Really neat. The way it's set up. Who doesn't love a carnival, right? Or a fair. It's really very nostalgic in here. I can remember when my parents would take me to the fair and it coming to be time to leave, and I did not want to leave. I wasn't ready to go. Little collection of carnival glass here in the case. Fitting. Carnival glass. I have a little bit of a collection myself at home. Really nice pieces in there. Oh, check out the boat ride. How cute is this? So small. Wow. Oh, remember these? Sometimes it was a real bummer if you didn't meet the height requirements for these rides. We are up inside. It looks like this would be a ticket booth, like where they would sell tickets out of. You got the ticket windows here. But you can smell the oldness in this thing. It is old. Like you can smell it right when you walk in. They've displayed everything in here really nicely. It's very neat in here. I'm heading back out to the carnival. I love how they're playing the carnival music in here and everything. So cool. This is the view from upstairs. There's not as much upstairs. There's more exhibits downstairs. There's some cool stuff up here. And they do have an elevator, which came in handy today. Let's see what's back here. Oh, you can go over there and watch a little video from the fair. Carnival.
Technological marvels and supposedly ancient ruins, as well as living curiosities, lions, white whales, camel leopards, leopard whales. They cultivated a name for themselves as the Prince of Humbugs. A humbug is a hoax, and Barnum was the master who mingled the scandalous, the ludicrous, and the sensational with enough education and morality to make the whole thing seem acceptable. Barnum's humbug was perfectly suited to their audience. America's rapidly growing cities were starved, and at Barnum's museum, people found a uniquely democratic...
Oh, here are some of the freak show people.
His exhibition of the Fiji mermaid is typical. Barnum first drawing up interest by writing letters about them.
The tattooed lady. A seal boy.
Then he created advertisements based on how people might hope mermaid would look like.
Wow, look at that.
But the public actually saw.
Someone needs to go see Dr. Pimple Popper. If you're into miniatures, they have an entire case full of the layouts of the fair over the years. That looks monotonous. that took a lot of time, a lot of work to put this together. It goes all the way down and even on the other side over there. I'll take some stills of it. Those might turn out a little bit better than the video footage because these are very small in size. Thank you so much for joining me again today. I hope you loved today's episode, and please remember to like, subscribe, and share the video. We will be doing a lot more videos like this with more museums incorporated, more stories to tell, and we're doing a whole month of carnival history here on the channel. That does it for today's episode. I'll see you next time.